Oh, I see everything seems good. Big load on my mind. Ah, gosh. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. In today's video I'm going to be doing, folks, this here is going to be a theory. A crossover theory. Now, one thing I had to say. Sadly, I didn't get that one crossover I was dying to find in my favorite comic book store. Star Trek Next Generation, Doctor Who. Assimilation issue. Oh, Assimilate 2. Volume 1 and 2. They're the graphic novels. If you're looking for the comic, they're like 8 issues. Sadly, I didn't find these because my favorite comic book store didn't have them. What a bummer. But as you can see on my Doctor Who outfit, I got something that's very science fiction. Now, for this crossover theory, this is something very combined, folks. This crossover is going to be none other than Guardians of the Galaxy meet Doctor Who. And of course, as you can see, Doctor Strange is there. Hang on. Why am I involved with the Guardians of the Galaxy? You do know what happened. You do know what happened in Infinity War. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me. Well, folks, I would say that this would take place, maybe in between. Like, I'm hoping that most of the members of the Guardians of the Galaxy will come back along with Doctor Strange. Because for those of you who haven't, seen Avengers Infinity War, spoilers. But this one should have taken place maybe after Infinity War and before Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Oh yeah, wait a minute. Disney fired James Gunn. All because of that 10-year-old remark that he made on Twitter. He made a lot of remarks about Disney and a lot of remarks about being pedophiles and all. And Disney found that old text, that old comment he made on that Twitter, and they had him fired for that. And now the diehard fans wants James Gunn be rehired. But the studio people say that's not enough, even though it went over like 3,000 petitions. But guess who got James Gunn's back? Guess who? I don't mean they don't bring him back. They got his back. James Bautista, Chris Pine. Is it Chris Pine? The one who played Star-Lord. Zoe Saldana, and the rest of the cast of Guardians. They decided to tell Disney that they will not continue on playing their character unless James Gunn is back in directing. And if they refuse, well, you better listen to me, Disney. I got something to say to you. I say that you guys are nothing more but a... And I'm gonna... run right straight up your... and ran over your dead fat carcasses of your stupidity! You got that, Disney? And I hope they hire James Gunn back. This is why I don't have Twitter. Because sooner or later, if you make any remark on Twitter, it'll come back and bite you in the A. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Sometimes when I get so peed off about something, I lose track. The crossover. I mean, I think it should have taken place maybe in between, maybe the Infinity War, after the Infinity War, and somehow Captain Marvel brought them back. And I mean Marvel, not Shazam Captain Marvel. Now, of course, Doctor Who is involved in this. Now, for those of you who have seen my review of Doctor Who, I think I'm going to send a link down the bottom, along with my reviews of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and 2, and my Doctor Strange review. And, oh yeah, and for those of you who are going to be asking me my thoughts about the latest Doctor Who, one thing I would say, I like Peter Capaldi. He did a good job. I mean, he was no David Tennant, but he was close enough. He did a good job. I'm not against him because of his age, because a lot of fans criticize over his age. Like all the fans criticize about Matt Smith's age, and he was like 26 when he first started. But one thing I had to say is my favorite companion, Clara Osborne. When I saw her death, I wept like a baby. I felt like crying. And then when I saw her back, I was really excited. I was really happy. But when she decided to do her final farewell to the Doctor and wipe out the Doctor's memory of he ever remembered Clara and went off her own adventure, I just felt like saying goodbye to a dear friend which I'll never see again. I'm sorry, for those of you who are going to be asking me, Clara Osborne, or Jenna Coleman, that's her real name, she's my favorite companion of all time. And she is in my crossover theory. Oh yeah, and for those of you who are going to be thinking about my latest Doctor Who, where the Doctor is now played by a woman, and it's Jenny Whittaker. Jenny Whittaker. Did you know that the original creator of Doctor Who was planning the idea to have the Doctor be regenerated into a woman? So my thoughts about the Doctor be regenerated into a woman, it's fine by me. Even though I always fantasize about me being the Doctor and have Clara as my companion. Back then it was Rose, but now it's Clara. Clara was my first companion. Well, first companion I really like. And one thing I gotta say about Jodie Whittaker here, she's kind of cute. Girl. Oh yeah. Forgot. I should have been mentioning. All the Guardians of the Galaxy I got on Blu-ray. My favorite Doctor Strange Blu-ray. And my Doctor Who's. My 50th anniversary. That's why I did the review of this one, because this one was my favorite of all time. My favorite Doctor Who episode. And this one was an alternate picture. There's a Milano next to the TARDIS. Guardians of the Galaxy and Doctor Who. I used to have that on my cover on Facebook until I got back together with my girlfriend. And you know, you should have seen my old photo profile. I digitally put my face as the Doctor and my girlfriend as Clara. Now, for those of you who are wondering what evil bad guy would the Guardians and Doctor Strange and Doctor Who is going to be dealing with, well, let's get to the Marvel Encyclopedia, shall we? Yeah, I got a Marvel Encyclopedia and a DC Encyclopedia. Now, let's see. No. Oh, here's a good subject. I would say it would be none other than Kang the Conqueror. I would say he would be a perfect bad guy for them to deal with. Now, for those of you who never read any Marvel comics or don't know much about any other Marvel characters besides the ones in the movies, Kang the Conqueror, he's actually a time-traveling conqueror, a bad guy. He goes by the name of Nathaniel Richards. He's supposed to be a descendant of Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards. And he was born in the year 3000. So it's like far distant future. And of course throughout his, he has all these high-tech gadgets and time-traveling skills. And one time he also went to Egypt and became one of the pharaohs, who goes by the name of Ramatut. And then after that, he keeps trying to travel through history in order to eliminate the Avengers and the Fantastic Four, and among other Marvel superheroes. He wants to destroy the entire team of superheroes so you could, you guessed it, take over the world. Of course! You know, since I'm wearing Doctor Who, I should have shown what's under my shirt, what I'm wearing. My Guardians of the Galaxy t-shirt. I got this shirt when the movie got so popular. They were selling it at the clothing store. Anyway, and guess what other kind of enemies from Doctor Who world would Kang the Conqueror will be dealing with? Well, I asked one of my friends and gave me a pretty interesting idea. Kang the Conqueror, while in his lair, trying to go through time and history to find something that would give him what he wants in his future. And then all of a sudden he saw something that caught his eye. He figured out that the Infinity Gem, the Time Stone, was inside Doctor Strange's amulet, the Eye of Agamotto. And of course, when Kang the Conqueror looked up the history, the Infinity Gem, anybody who has a time-traveling ability possesses that stone will become like a time-traveling god. So if Kang the Conqueror grabs it, he'll become like a time-traveling god with that Infinity Stone. So, he time-traveled and went all the way back in history. While at the same time, he bumped into another vortex where he meets the Doctor's arch-nemesis. The Cybermen! You must be deleted! But of course, with Kang the Conqueror's technology, he started to control the Cyberman, and now he becomes their master. So now he runs an army of Cybermen. Now, for those of you who don't know what Cybermen's are, Think of them as a Borg, except they wear mechanical armor. And one thing I saw in the videos, what they do to people, they, Cybermen kidnaps people, normal people, and I saw what they do. They cut out your limbs, and kept your head and torso, and then cover your entire body with wires, and then top it all off with armor. And you're just nothing but a drone. Be controlled by the high command Cybermen. But of course, Kang the Conqueror, he overcome them, and now he takes over the Cybermen. Well, at the same time, here comes, Star-Lord with the rest of his crew. Right now, Star-Lord's listening to one of his music and always dancing with Gamora. I don't know how they're going to bring Gamora back, but I hope they do. But anyway, and Drax just sharpening his knives, while Groot is sitting next to Rocket, arguing over something stupid. And of course, Mantis meditating, until all of a sudden they heard a noise. There was the TARDIS. Now, of course, Star-Lord aimed his guns, Gamora got her sword ready, Drax got his knives, but Mantis, she touched the TARDIS, and she said, "Wait, there's something alive in this blue box thing." And Drax was like, "How can it be alive for such a small blue box?" And then all of a sudden the door opened and out come the Doctor. "Hello! Where am I?" Huh. Look like I'm still in far in the galaxy. It's okay, Clara. Clara gets out and going like, "Where am I? Am I in Star Wars?" And the Doctor said, "No, I don't think we're in a galaxy far, far away. Actually, I think we're just in the present, but in another galaxy." Now, of course, Star-Lord points his gun to the Doctor and said, "Hang on a second there. Who are you?" "Oh, easy, easy. I'm the Doctor." "Doctor who?" "Just the Doctor. And this is my assistant, Clara." "Hi." And of course, Mantis touched the Doctor, and she went like this. "I sense you are a traveler through time and space. I see a lot of dangers, and your defeat, and a lot of loss. You hide true sadness in your past." "Oh, I see. Something like telekinetic, except you see emotions instead of reading minds, right?" "Yes, of course." "Well, I never thought I'd see one of those before. Huh." "And you also have a real name, but you prefer to hide it in order to save your people." "Well, that's true." And of course, Rocket looking at the blue box going like, "How can this big piece of cardboard just travel, all of a sudden materialize and dematerialize?" "Easy, it's my TARDIS." "TARDIS?" "Yeah, time and relative dimension through time and space." And that's just a lot of words to think of. "I am Groot." "Oh, you're one of those things. Yeah, those living plant types. I heard about you. I thought you were extinct." "I am Groot." "I'm not weird." "From your appearance, you look weird." "I am Groot." You watch your language! I am Groot. Will you stop looking at Clara that way? I am Groot. Whatever. Wait, you understand what Groot says? Yes, Time Lord. Actually, there's something really odd about you. Hang on a second. Huh. My sonic screwdriver. Sonic screwdriver? Yes, it's my device. It's like a scanner and so forth. Anyway, it tells me that you are part human, part something called a living planet? That was my father. Ego, the living planet. Long story. Oh, I see. Offsprings. And you, Green Lady. Gamora hold up her sword and said, wave that thing at me and you might need a new hand. Oh, okay. Sorry. Why do you call yourself the Doctor? The Doctor is more like a title. Are you a medical doctor? Yeah, I've gone through medical science and such. Anyway, all of a sudden, they look out the window and they see the Cyberman ship heading towards Earth. And the Doctor was like, Cybermans! Star-Lord looks at him and says, you know these things? Yeah, they're like human machines, except they turn people into other like themselves. But it's the first time I ever see them invaded your planet. Our planet, Earth. I've been avoiding Earth for so long, I think I should check it out. Righto. So, the Guardians got the ship ready, while Star-Lord said, oh, and Doctor, I think you better take a seat, and you too, ma'am. So the Doctor and Clara took a seat, and Star-Lord said, better hang on. And then all of a sudden they discovered that the Cybermen were aiming at New York. And then there was and then there's the Doctor Strange's, there was Doctor Strange's, anyway, they discovered that, that some of the Cybermen were shooting their phasers at Doctor Strange's, house. But it turns out it didn't cause any effect. It turns out that that Doctor Strange put on a force field around his house. And of course, Star-Lord said, we need to find a way to get into the Doctor's house. Another Doctor? More than that. His name is Dr. Stephen Strange, Sorcerer Supreme. Sorcerer? I thought magic don't exist. Come on, Doctor. I think we should use a teleporter. Actually, I think you can use my TARDIS. Yeah, I'm sure that small box cannot fit any of us in your small box. No, trust me. Come on in. And of course, Clara agreed with the Doctor and tell them all to go in. And as they all got in, they were all amazed. Star-Lord was like, whoa. Rocket was like, how is that possible? Small box with a room this big. And of course, Drax is like, if you're a man of science, what kind of magic you're using here? No magic, just technology, that's all. And of course, Rocket's like, so how did this machine be able to do something like this? And how can it make itself look like a small box on the outside, but a big mansion on the inside? Ah, it's one of the, cloaking devices. Except it's on the fritz, so now it just looks like a blue box. Huh. Sounds interesting. I don't think you want to press that. Why? Bear in mind, my TARDIS is alive. What? How can this thing be alive? Let's just say it has a heart and keep it that way. Anyway, into Doctor Strange's fortress. And then they finally ended up in Doctor Strange's house. And the doctor showed up and says, "The heck is this?" Until the doctor showed up and says, "Hello, you must be Doctor Strange, right?" "Yes. Yes, I am. But who are you?" "I'm the doctor." "I'm a doctor too. But what's your name?" "Just a doctor. That's all." "Right. You know, Doctor Strange, has anybody ever tell you look like that one guy I once knew?" "Who?" "You know, the world's greatest detective." "Never heard of him." "Oh, no kidding, Sherlock, since you're a New Yorker anyway. Nobody ever heard anything from Britain." "Very funny." Anyway, Star-Lord shows up with the rest of the gang, and the doctor was like, "How did you all just come out of this small box? I never detect this kind of magic." And Star-Lord said, "It's not magic, it's technology from this guy here." And of course, Mantis says, "Actually, the doctor is an alien." What? "True. I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey, and I'm about 950 years old." And of course, Drax was like, "How can you look so young, being that old?" It's complicated. See, things got to do with generation and such. Anyway, no time to spare. What's going on? And the Doctor Strange says, "Well, it turns out these mechanical men shows up and start firing their guns at my place. Looks like they need something. It belongs to me. Something they want." "What are these tin men?" "Oh, they're Cybermen. All they like to do is to assimilate people and turn them all into mechanical humans. But how can they attack one building and nowhere else?" "I will answer that." And out comes Kang. Kang the Conqueror. Now Mantis heard about him. She was like this. "He's a conqueror, a time-traveling conqueror." "Oh, how interesting that you know about me. I am Kang, and I am here for the Infinity Stone. The Infinity of Time." And of course, Doctor Strange says, "You can't have it. It's in this amulet, the Eye of Agamotto. You gotta take it from me first." And Kang was like, "Alright then. If I can't take it from you, then I will get it from your cold dead hands. Cybermen, go!" Now Star-Lord got their lasers ready, shooting their guns, while Rocket, he starts analyzing the Cybermen, trying to figure out their technology. And he puts a device on their backs and says, "Yeah, I think I get these Cybermen to act different." And one of the Cybermen turned around and started attacking their own kind. While Drax, he starts taking the rest of them down with his knives. "Come on, you electronic robots!" Ah! And of course, Groot's like, "I am Groot!" Ah! Ah! And Gamora taking him down with swords. While Doctor Strange, using his magic, tried to get the Cybermen to go malfunction so they all get shut down and collapse. And then when Kang run towards Doctor Strange, he had this shielding going on. But the Doctor whipped out his sonic screwdriver and And Kang was like, you have a sonic device. Too bad my technology is far advanced than yours. Mister, I'm the Doctor. Doctor who? Just a doctor, okay? Just the Doctor. Well, Doctor whatever. Get out of my way. And as Doctor Strange was about ready to use his magic to stop Kang, Kang threw a little device right in front of Doctor Strange, and it stopped him, froze him in his tracks, and then he took the Eye of Agamotto out of his neck. And then Kang was trying to open it, trying to get it out. If I can't get it out, then I'll smash it out. But the Doctor, he uses a sonic screwdriver to shut down the rest of the Cybermen along with the rest of the Guardians. Now, as Rocket Raccoon grabbed one of his devices, he tossed it towards Kang, and it hit his hand, and the Eye of Agamotto all of a sudden flew out of his hand, and all of a sudden the Eye of Agamotto was open, and the stone was about ready to come out. And as the Doctor run towards the stone, Doctor Strange was like, "No, wait!" And then, when Doctor Strange grabs the stone, all of a sudden, it transformed the Doctor. I mean, it turned his entire body all glowing light. And then all of a sudden, the Doctor says this: I am Agamotto, the owner of the Time Gem, and the Elders of the Universe. Only a time-traveling person be able to obtain the power of the Time Gem. But you, Kang the Conqueror. And Kang tries to leave, but the Doctor stopped him. Well, Doctor as Agamotto. For your evil ways of time traveling for your own selfish needs, you have broken the laws of time. And for that, I sentence you. What are you gonna do? I would wipe you out from existence. No! Doctor Strange! Yes, Agamotto. Give me back my amulet. So Doctor Strange gave him the amulet and put the stone back in the amulet. Whoa! Geronimo! What happened? I guess it appears that whoever is who's a time traveler, and can hold the Eye of Agamotto, can either become a time-traveling god, or the spirit for what's held the original owner of the Time Gem, will become Agamotto himself. How do you feel, Doctor? Oh. I feel like I was regenerating all over again. Except this time, I felt like I regenerated into a god. Well, if you held it any longer, you would have been a god of time. But of course Agamotto knows that you are here to stop Kang, not conquer time or be a ruler of time. So, while Doctor Strange puts on his amulet, I thank you. I thank you for grabbing the time gem in the nick of time. If Kang grabbed it, if Kang the Conqueror grabbed it, he would have been a god. Right. And as they look around in Doctor Strange's building, turns out there are tons of a bunch of broken Cybermen all over. Actually, another thing I should rewind. While the Doctor became Agamotto, and after killing Kang, and for you, the Cyberman, you all are imprisoned as slaves from the cyber bodies. So therefore, I release you from your cyber bodies, and take you back from your home planet immediately. So now the Cyberman is gone. Now fast forward. That's the last time I ever felt that. Clara runs up to the Doctor and says, "Doctor, are you okay?" "Oh, I'm fine." And then Doctor Strange put his amulet back on and says, "Doctor, I think you might be a suitable allies to the Avengers. Ever care to join with us?" And the Doctor says, "No, sorry. My destiny is out in time and space. So, I'm a lone wolf. I do appreciate the offer, though." And of course, Doctor Strange says, "Well, if you're ever in New York, look me up." "I will." So now the Doctor, Clara, and the Guardians got back into their TARDIS and went back inside the Milano. And Rocket was like, "Man, your technology is way ahead of my experience. I don't even think I can be able to figure out how your device works." "Well, you have to be a Time Lord to understand that, Raccoon." "Don't call me a raccoon!" "Oh, sorry." And and Star-Lord said, "Yeah, he hates it when he's called Raccoon. I think it's best you just call him Rocket." "Oh, okay. Right, Rocket." "That's better." "Well, I guess it's time for me to go." And of course, Star-Lord said, "Will I be able to see you around?" And the Doctor says, "Who knows? Depends on the fans." Anyway, see you later, Guardians. So they all waved to the Doctor while the Doctor and Clara got back in the TARDIS. And so now the Doctor went back to his own time, and the Guardians of the Galaxy flew back into space in their own solar system, and the Doctor, he finally relaxed in his own place. So everybody just lived happily ever after. And that is the end of my crossover theory. Now, for those of you who like this review, and I mean, if anybody likes this review and likes this story, this crossover theory, please leave a comment down below, hit like, and subscribe for more videos. And as for me, well, it's been a while since I wore this, but right now I'm going to be doing something very, very different. And you want to know what, and you guys want to know what I'm going to be doing on my next review? Let's just say, I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. Bow, 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 da, da, ow.